Hey Payson stranger, welcome to the Vblog podcast, powered by HeyPayson.com. I'm your host, Robert Starkey, and I'm on a mission to meet people who make Payson tick. From shop owners to event organizers, from new faces to homegrown legends. I'm bringing you the real stories from right here in our own backyard. We're more than just interviews. HeyPayson.com is your go-to for everything local. Shop small, stay in the loop on events, find your next job right here in town. If it's happening in Payson, it's happening on HeyPayson.com. Let's hit the road. You never know who you'll meet next. Hey Payson strangers, I'm here with Jesse Berry, and he's been around here for how long? You been here?
Depends. When my family first moved here about 16 years ago.
Okay.
I moved back about 2-3 years ago. So.
And so what's your original connection with Payson?
My family moved here when I was in the 7th grade, and so I went to school here, middle school and high school, and then pretty much the day I graduated, I was like, all right, bye, little town.
Yeah. Was there anything that brought your family here, like that goes history back further? They just spin a wheel and it ended up on Payson, Arizona.
It's hot in Phoenix.
Record heat hitting the valley, the hottest start to the Labor Day weekend we have ever seen.
And we had come up here on vacations and stuff like that, so they were just like, yeah, let's go to check things out. And we actually live down the hill in Geisela, so that's 15 minutes down the hill and then 5 minutes back into the mountains. A little village of like 300 people down there, and my mom coming from Vermont, my dad from Pennsylvania, they were like, yeah, this is way better. So next year they moved up, and the rest is history.
Nice. So you moved away for a little bit, and where'd you move to?
I moved to Phoenix first, do some college and stuff like that, and then from there I went to Flagstaff. I'd learned how to DJ in Phoenix, so I was like, I'm gonna go take over a town. And so I went to Flagstaff. After a couple of years, I was DJing all of the bars downtown. I was doing weddings, and I was like, I'm going out into the forest with friends, and there was just a certain point where I was like, I'm gonna move to Denver and become a famous musician. And so I moved to Denver, and then this was right around the time of COVID, so everything kept getting shut down. I ended up managing restaurants, completely forgot about DJing, loved music, and just ended up going to shows and stuff. But then there was a certain point where it was just like, all right, this isn't it anymore, and then God pulled me home.
Nice. Now, there's a lot that Jesse and I have in common. He doesn't even know yet. We'll go into that a little bit later. Let me ask you, when you went to college, what did you go to college for?
Business, because I had done DECA in high school, so I was like, business. The only reason I really went, though, was for track and field. Nice. I received a college scholarship the week before I graduated on my final jump in finals for triple jump. Coach ran over to me and was like, where are you going to school? Nowhere. Do you want to? Sure. So I went for the sports side of things, and I didn't really take school super seriously while I was there.
Right.
Yeah. It was the DJing school that I was like 12 hours a day, loved every minute of it, was learning every single feature and all of the software and everything. And I think that's a good testament to, if you haven't chosen, you don't know what you want to do, then go for something that excites you. Go for something that you really love and that you're going to want to put 12 hours a day of your time into, because even when you're tired after working a job and going to school, you're still going to want to be going through all of that equipment, and it's just your lifestyle at that point.
It's a release. It's 100%. Nice. I've always said, if you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life, and that's so that's what we have in common. Is actually I'm a DJ as well.
Oh, nice. Heck yeah.
Yeah, so I've been DJing since I was 18. I'm 43 now. Actually, I started DJing about 16. Started my first business at 18.
Oh, heck yeah.
But yeah, dude, been in that industry for quite some time, with weddings as my primary bread and butter.
Yeah.
So I have all the equipment here, and I'm ready to help out with whatever I can do. I've put some messages on the board and said, hey, if you need a DJ, let me know, and just looking to get back.
Hey, that's we'll keep that in mind for our events too.
Yeah, please do. Yeah, please do. And that's what this channel is about, the Hey Payson, and this is the interview segment, which is Hey Payson Stranger. So it's all about promoting local businesses and just connecting the community, people from business walks of life down to local heroes and legends that have lived here. So we're going to be uncovering and unpacking a lot. So along those lines, let's unpack your business.
I've got two. One is Keep Payson Clean. This is a nonprofit that was started August of 2023. And then I also run a landscaping business that's called Keep It Clean Landscaping. And I really just was tired of working for somebody else and then doing all of the things that I needed to do for the nonprofit, for the business, and then I get out at the end of the day and businesses are closed. I'm dead because I've been doing that all day long. And so it was like, I love the land. I want to make things look cleaner. I want to make things look nicer. And I'm already cleaning all of the street of trash. Why not just take this into the business side of things and take care of commercial and vacation rental properties and keep all of the town of Payson looking clean? And so one led into the other, and those are the two businesses I run.
So I'm going to talk to you about your event. Before we get to that part of it, I was just looking on Facebook, and somebody had taken some pictures of a party that kids had down at Green Valley Lake, next to the lake, and left all their trash there. Just left it there overnight. They just left and left it all there for the people that lived there the next morning to find. So it's important to keep your community clean, and I'm a big advocate for pack it in, pack it out. So if you're going to bring something in and go above and beyond, pick up other people's trash too. I mean, this is your community, and unfortunately, I come from a town where people would just come in for spring break, wreck the town, and leave it trashed, and it's like, this is my community you came into now. And unfortunately, now luckily for us, for Payson, it's not like a spring break party town. But
it kind of is though.
Is it?
Summertime hits. Watch the tourism. We have around 6 million out of town guests that come through Payson per year.
Oh wow.
6 million.
Yeah.
And the average amount of time people spend here is about 90 minutes.
Okay.
Which means they are gassing up, getting groceries, and leaving.
Wow.
For the most part.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I see some multiple reasons. Flies out of your truck. It flies out of my truck every once in a while.
I'm gonna fall behind you.
And so. But if I see it happen, I pull off to the side of the road, I make sure everything's tied up, I pick up 5 or 10 more pieces of trash, and then I throw that all into a bag, and then I go on my way.
Right.
We can take an extra 5 minutes.
Sure.
Moving back to the kids at the park.
Yeah.
Education is key. And our elders are not talking about it. Our parents aren't making it a priority.
Right.
And our kids are learning from their parents. And then they're going out to the park and they're doing things that are bad. And so they're already being bad. And now you add all of this into a collective. I don't want that in my vehicle. I'm not gonna, I don't want that to come back to my house, the beer cans and things like that, if those are some of the things. And then it's left where it's at. But if we were educating and we were providing environments and we were guiding our kids in the right direction and we were letting them know, we were dumb and young once too.
Yeah.
Take your trash to a trash can at a gas station and I'm not proposing anything.
Hey, Payson does not condone underage intoxication. Seriously, put the bottle down and pick up a juice box. Jesse's opinion belongs to Jesse. We just provide the stage. Don't blame us if someone grabs the mic and takes over the soapbox.
I'm not proposing anything. I'm just saying, if we educated and we were honest and said we were kids once too, if we were honest with our kids and said, hey, we were dumb too, but be a good person on top of it.
Be better.
Just because you're leaving trash doesn't mean that you're a bad person. But just because you're a good person also doesn't mean that you're just not leaving the trash around places. There's they can't coincide. I see people who do really awesome things, and then I see people from the community judging simple actions, that person went and picked up a bunch of trash, but then they smoked a cigarette afterwards, so it's all negated. It's living a clean lifestyle isn't about becoming perfect all at once. It's about recognizing where you're your strongest and letting that overflow into all of the other aspects of your life. So maybe you're a great kid who is super respectful to all of your teachers and your coaches and helps other kids out on the team, but then you want to go and have fun and leave a little bit of trash at Green Valley Park, and it's we can't even talk about it because that right there makes you a bad kid. Why were you even at Green Valley Park? Why were you doing any of those? Why were you being 16? Why were you doing that? Right. And then And then we can't have the conversation at all. We can't say, hey, I know you were being 16. Like, I know you were having some fun out there. Clean up after yourself when you do it.
Yeah.
Like, don't be a trashy human on top of all of that stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Be a good kid. Go out and have some fun. But throw your trash away afterwards. Clean up. Take it with you. So I feel like a lot of this is education mixed with our inability to be real with people, and so we end up having these kinds of conversations. Oh, those people leaving trash at the park. Well, why weren't they properly educated on how to take care of that? And why do they feel so scared that they need to leave it on the side of the park and then
it
take
was like
off?
a pizza box and just some cups and stuff. I think I saw. I don't remember exactly, but so. Keep Payson Clean is your nonprofit side of things, and so you do a cleanup. You've got one coming up. Tell
April
us a little
19th.
bit. April 19th.
Yeah.
So, how many do you do a year?
Last year we did 8.
You did 8 cleanups.
This year is remains to be unknown at the moment.
Okay.
Taking things in a little bit different direction from this year moving forward. Last year was just about, hey, we're going to come out and do everything we possibly can for the community. Support us.
Yeah.
There was a lot of vocal support and not as much community-wide support. We have 16,000 people just within the town limits of Payson.
Okay.
We have 24,000 if you reach out to Tano Village, to Gaisila, Tano, like all of those places. Our biggest cleanup, the most people we've ever had come clean up, is like 302 people. That's less than 10% of the population. That's less. That's like 5%, you know. And so when I start thinking about it that way, it's like the mission this year is to get more people out. You like the way that the town looked last year. You love the way that all of these events happened.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen if we all get together as a community. But I have people at the high school who want me to work with like their special needs programs. Do you think that I'm gonna spend a month going as hard as I can for the community when I get 50 people out to a cleanup because it's not Earth Day and it's not 9/11 Day of Service and it's hot outside?
Okay.
No, I'm gonna go and work with those students at the high school. I'm gonna go to the middle school. I'm going to the groups that are reaching out to me to work with me. I will put my entire heart into that effort.
Right.
And that's where God is leading me. And that's
awesome.
the intention, you know? And that's how I view this as a community collaboration. I love this. I will go as hard as I possibly can. I was just walking down East Verde Creek yesterday and accidentally left with 300 pounds of trash. I didn't go to clean up trash.
Wow, yeah.
I was walking along the creek side and there's an old tent, blankets, pillows, all of this stuff from a homeless person who had been living out there and then maybe got picked up by the police, or maybe went to a facility in Phoenix, or maybe got lost and forgot where it was, you know? But I was also it's just my day. It's whatever. Am I going to, it's not this specific Saturday of the month, and like, let's get a cleanup for that specific site and we'll get a bunch. No, it took me less than an hour. It was clean, everything looked beautiful, and then we had the ability to dump it because the town of Payson has allowed us to use dumpsters and different things like that to take things out of the streets, take things out of our forests and stuff. So, yeah.
So how does somebody who's interested in joining your mission get involved?
Because I'm not the greatest with social media, Keep Payson Clean on Facebook is the #1 method. I don't have to download social media onto my phone, so I can still post on Facebook.
Sure.
I can give other members of the group the login and we can all post there. So that's been the easiest as far as marketing, because I prefer going and putting up flyers. I prefer doing things like this. I prefer being in front of people and building relationships and building connections. But Facebook for sure is going to be the best place. And if you're at the featured section at the top of Facebook, or the announcement section at the top, when you get into our group, it'll say featured or announcement. We pinned everything up there. So you've got check-in sites. You have where it needs to be. We've got waivers. We are going to have all of the waivers at every site though too, so people can really just show up.
Okay.
When you show up to an event, you show up to one of these check-in booths, we are giving you gloves, grabbers, bags, water,
Vest.
getting you everything that you need. If we're roadside, yeah, we've got vests and stuff as well. We have sharp boxes, we have
Nice.
all of the, we have,
You've thought it all through.
we've got, we've been doing this for
Yeah.
2 years now, you
Yeah.
know, and so, and everybody in the group really wants it to grow and wants it to be the best that it can be, you know, and so yeah, we're adding things over the years, and my intention with this is to be able to facilitate cleanups across the nation. My idea with this is to be able to help with cleanups, to have the supplies, the funding, the whatever, to be able to help communities around the nation become as clean as possible, and to help clean up all of their communities. And you want to know something? We could start next Saturday. The biggest complaint about tourism is all of the trash that it leaves. Yeah, the streets get clogged up and whatever, but the thing I hear about the most is the trash, and it's disgusting, and we shouldn't have people coming through. I dare you to have 1,000 people cleaning up on the road and throw a single piece of trash out of your truck. I dare you. I dare you. Do you think anybody's gonna do that? But we don't have 1,000 people coming to clean up.
Yeah.
And I bet you the days that we have the 300 people out there, less goes out into the streets and more people are conscious at that moment in time.
Yeah.
But if as a community we're not conscious, why are we going to expect people just traveling through to have a vacation to do that same thing?
Yeah.
I dare us to have 1,000 people go out, and then I dare one person to throw a piece of trash away after that.
Yeah.
I know it won't happen. And furthermore, I still keep that challenge out there though. That's my, like, that would, if you wanted to know what would make me happier than anything, and what would make me just like quit everything and just like be 100% full on in this, is just 1,000 people out cleaning up the streets all at the same time.
Now, question for you: have you thought about working with the high school to create a Keep Payson Clean group? Is there one already?
Nope, but this is something that we're looking at for the next school year.
Okay.
May is coming up, so kids are graduating in a month from now. We are going to have and this is news, but we're going to have a cleanup with the high school. So
Nice.
whatever high schoolers can be involved, we're going to do one final cleanup in May, so that they can get some community service in, and then just feel free to like enjoy their summer and not think about it. But these freshmen have to get 80 hours of community service.
Okay.
So you should come out to a Keep Payson Clean event if you're in high school. And
Yeah.
I don't say that because it's my nonprofit. I say that because we feed you afterwards, because we have a good time. We're a community. You get your vitamin D in.
Yeah.
It's instant gratification.
Getting
When
your
you are
exercise,
done,
walking.
you look
Yep.
back and you're like, I did all of that? Whoa, man. Like, I can't express to you.
And it
The
warps
feeling.
and it trains their mind, not warp, that's the wrong word, but it trains their mind so that we don't have situations like the Green Valley Parkway
Yeah.
situation or park. You know, it's like
Because
people
they're
are
keeping up with themselves.
Yeah, they're cleaning up after other people. They see how reckless and careless other people can be because they're cleaning up after them. So they're less likely to be the one making a mess now.
100%,
Yeah, I've been
yeah.
a part of a cleanup crew, and I've done roadside cleanup, and I don't throw things out my window. And I think I love what you're doing. That's why I'm glad to have you as a guest on our program here. And I want people to take this seriously. And if you've got the time available next week, and unfortunately, I would be there if I could, but I unfortunately have another event that I have to be at. So I will not be able to make it. But do go to Keep Payson Clean on Facebook. Do find the resources to sign up, the check-in points. Let's make this bigger, and let the crew there know that you saw the interview that we're doing here right now, and that way they know it worked out for them to be here, and Jesse has spent some time with us. And Jesse, is there any parting words you want to say that we haven't already covered yet to the community? That this is your chance.
I have a ton of them, and here's my biggest one. I actually have two statements.
Okay.
One is show up for 5 minutes or 5 hours, anything in between. You don't show up and then you're like, why are you leaving after 30 minutes? Come for 5 minutes. Pick
Yeah.
up one piece of trash and throw it in somebody's bag and
Every little
say,
bit helps.
I love you.
Yeah.
You know, that's
Yeah.
positive energy being passed around. That will wake around the world. And my other one is make it your mission to make somebody's day 1% better. All it takes is a smile or a wave.
I love it.
Yeah.
Well, Jesse, you're no longer a stranger.
No longer a stranger.
Look for Jesse's business directory for his landscaping as well. If you have landscaping needs, call Jesse, and keep involved with your community. Be involved. Be a part of things like Keep Payson Clean or anything. You know how there's lots of nonprofits out here. There's lots of people trying to do good. So be part of the change you want to see in the world. Jesse, thank you so much for your time. Appreciate you being here.
Robert, thanks for having me.
All right, good to see you.
Take it easy.
Thanks so much for tuning in. I hope you liked this episode. This one's a little different from the last two. Let me know in the comments what you think. How do you like the editing style? Was it fun? Should I just stick to the basics and not include any humor? You know, let me know what you think. All right, well, my dogs need my attention, so hope you enjoyed the show. Oh, and be sure to go to Jesse's page and sign up for the cleanup this weekend. All right, talk to you guys later.